This is my first foray into the Offspring. This is The Kids Aren't Alright. And yeah, the kids aren't all right in this song. And you're going to see my reaction to it in just a few seconds. But before we do, just a friendly reminder to please like and subscribe. And with that being said, let's go. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I was like, this sounds familiar. This sounds familiar. And it is familiar. It's just something that I haven't really, again, it's like one of those songs that you hear of, but you haven't, sorry, the kitty's crying. Not in a bad way. She just wants attention, but my sister's got her. Yes. It's one of those songs that you, like, at least for me, that I heard of. I've heard it, but I didn't really make the connection. I feel like there's a lot of references to this song also in movies and such. And so I feel like I've heard, like, when I pulled this up, I was like, The Offspring, The Kids Aren't Alright. I'm like, it sounds familiar. So yeah, so then once I got to that chorus part, I was like, oh, light bulb. I'm like, yes, I know this. I do know this. I don't know it, but I know it. Another thing I want to say is very interesting choices for like the cinematography of it. Like just the way that they're like body melding all these different people and then going from the different stages of like development. So like from baby to teenager to adult. In that, I feel like it really, because it's kind of like they're touching like all these different people's lives with this particular song. And what I mean by that is kind of like, it's not a particular group of children that aren't all right. It's like all the kids aren't all right, you know, in the way that it's like, it shows a whole bunch of different teenagers in a whole bunch of different ways. But it was really interesting how they like melded them all together and like transitioned them. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's continue this. Look at the melding. And even them in the center, just like the way that each of the band members kind of like fade in and fade out. It's neat. It's a great way to take one specific space and just create an entire world within it. It's got like a very, okay, one thing I do want to say is it has a very like upbeat tone to it, but it's very dark about how, and I don't know, some people respond differently to like heavier, I guess, topics or just like heavy stuff. In some cases, sometimes I let out a little giggle because it's like the uncomfortability of, also like the reality of the fact that it is crazy because it's like you get to a certain age and you get past, I don't know, like around 10 years after I graduated high school, and you see everybody's lives unfold sometimes so beautifully and sometimes so tragically. And I think this captures like that transition of the darker side of kind of going into the world after high school and stuff like that. At least in my perspective. And just some of the stuff that they even said, like, so-and-so had this happen, so-and-so had this happen, so-and-so lives their life like this. And it's just really, really interesting and also very, like, poignant to think about. Because you could listen to the song and not really listen to it, and you're like, oh yeah, this is an upbeat jam, like, woohoo, party. But then you listen to it and you're like, oh my God. It's talking about some heavy subject matter and about how people's lives play out differently. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Let's finish this up and then I'll give my final thoughts at the end. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it's like, oh, yeah. It does have that heavier subject matter to it with those, like, fun, rocky tones to it. But I did enjoy that. And it's very, it definitely has that angst to it. And I mean, given what the song is kind of talking about, totally fits. But I don't think I've actually listened to any Offspring on this channel. So this is where we're starting. And if y'all have any other recommendations, please leave them in the comments below. But I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed my reaction to it. And yeah, if you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!